Hi, have you ever felt that you think outside of the box most of the time, or your emotions and your feelings and your thoughts don't align with what other people are thinking, or you feel like you don't think inside of the box? Well, for this public service announcement, I have picked DMT, and particularly we're going to be talking about ayahuasca. What is ayahuasca? Probably heard about it from your parents or grandparents, or now it's coming out as you probably hear it in certain groups and maybe Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe TikTok. You probably are hearing more about these spiritual ceremonies that people are doing. And I'll get more into that by the end of the slides because I would like to share my experience with this type of ceremonies. So what is ayahuasca? Ayahuasca is a South American psychoactive beverage traditionally used by indigenous cultures and shamans or folk healers in the Amazon for spiritual ceremonies, divination, and healing. Its active ingredient is a DMT, which is a very strong psychedelic drug that alters your thinking, your sense of emotion. It can cause hallucinations. It can also make you see or hear things that are not there or that do not exist or are distorted. DMT, it is a tryptamine derivative that is currently a DE Schedule 1 substance. So you probably know from our class that we have learned about DEA levels. Schedule 1 substance is defined as not accepted for medical use and high potential for abuse, making it illegal to possess or distribute under federal law. But in the searches that I have done, it sounds like ayahuasca, or it looks like ayahuasca is not it's not addictive. It's not an addictive substance. So I think the part of the reason why it's under Schedule 1 is because there's not enough um, investigation. There's not a lot of information about this. I think that's part of the reason why it's under substance 1 abuse, because it can't be I don't know, proven wrong, they're saying. So how is ayahuasca prepared? These that you can see in this picture, you can see there's some vines, and that's the ayahuasca vines, and those leaves are the chacruna leaves, which I'll get more into that right now. So it can be found in plants. DMT can be found in plants, particularly in the ayahuasca vine, like I mentioned, and I showed you right now at the beginning. The ayahuasca mixture. They brew the vines and they brew the leaves for many, many, many hours until it becomes this bitter, very thick tea. Um, and they're boiled, and they're usually found. They're native to the American Amazon basin, usually um, down South America. All right, so moving on to which neurotransmitters are affected. Ayahuasca or DMT is a partial agonist of serotonin receptor. It can also interact with other receptors as well. The hallucinogenic effects are primarily caused by the combination of monoamine oxidase. Moving on to the most important part of the presentation, which is which system does it affect? Well, not which system, but the system that I picked with this was the digestive system. And I've learned something very important about our microbiome. Microbiome, our gut, um, includes bacteria, fungi, viruses, parasites, amongst other things, and it helps us with our entire body, for example, with weight management, mood regulation, development of allergies, bowel diseases, your skin health, cardiovascular care, nutrient absorption, which is brings me to say that ayahuasca is an parasitic, antibacterial, antifungal, affecting the good and bad bacteria in our gut. Leaky gut syndrome can allow chemical messengers called inflammatory cytokines to leak out of the gut and circulate through our system, eventually reaching your brain. Once in the brain, the molecules can then stimulate the hypothalamic pituitary axis, or HPA. Ayahuasca might aid microbiome imbalance by improving neurological patterns underlying anxiety, depression, and trauma. Ayahuasca acts on serotonin receptors, which are distributed throughout the entire body, but it is concentrated in the gut. Serotonin influences the immune system, which coincidentally, it also is housed in the gut. So part of the public service announcement that I would like to share with you is if you are going to partake in these kind of ceremonies, do your research, make sure you're in good health, make sure that you talk to somebody that has done this before. I would like to share a little bit about my personal story when I attended ayahuasca ceremonies. At the beginning of 2024 of this year, I was able to partake in one of these ceremonies, and all I can say is my life did a 360. Most of the people think that once you partake in these ceremonies, it's like taking about 10 years of therapy, and I can say it's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. So what happens is that you go and you do these ceremonies with intention, and they sift you, the ayahuasca, and then they lay with music, and there's always music going on. It's always in an outdoor kind of setting, and you just lay there and you close your eyes. I like my eyes closed because there's a lot of things that are going in my vision, and that makes me really sick. But all I can say is I probably didn't sleep all night. Just going into my conscious, and it changed a lot of the way that I view life now, where I appreciate a lot of the things, and things don't, not that they don't matter as much, but it is what it is. That's my way of thinking now. There's things that I can't change, so my I guess my saying now is it is what it is. And things I can't stress over anymore. Things don't affect me like they used to. I am a different person. I am a different mother. I am a different everything. Everything just changed for me. But if you have any questions and if you'd like to get more information, please reach out to me or look at YouTube videos. There's a lot of information out there. But all I can say is do your research. Ayahuasca ceremonies don't have to cost an arm and a leg. The work is you do the work yourself. Just make sure that you're taking care of it. You're with somebody that can take care of you and you feel safe. That's all I can say. Again, my name is Martha Avalos, and this is most likely my last year at Southwestern College, and I hope you learned something from this ayahuasca presentation. And I almost forgot, I have included this last slide that you can play on, and it takes you to a trip simulation that's what I was mentioning about that I couldn't have my eyes open because it was really sick. So if you're interested, and I know a couple of students also included this in the videos, I've also included one. It doesn't even get close to what you feel during these psychedelic trips. But if you're interested, please